Now we are discussing what is PuTTY. So the first thing that I told you, okay, so this is a terminal. Now to access this terminal, you need to have direct access of your Linux system, right? So what it means is that your keyboard and mouse and monitor must be connected to your Linux server. Okay. But in a practical environment, this never happens. Normally, if you are normally you will find Linux machines on the server side. So when your Linux machines are on the server side, what happens is that they are normally kept in data centers or the server rooms. As a user or as a programmer or as a developer or as someone who is going to manage and monitor the system or do the troubleshooting on it, you don't get a direct access to that system, physical access to that system. What you are doing is you want to take the access of your machine. So for that, you use certain remote access tools. One of the very popular tool is called PuTTY. That is nothing but a terminal emulator. Okay, so I think we did mention this in our presentation also. About PuTTY, we are talking about something called a terminal emulator. PuTTY is a free and open source terminal emulator, serial console, and the and uh, network file transfer application. It supports several network protocols, including SCP, SSH, Telnet, and RLogin, and raw socket connections. It can also connect to a serial port. The name PuTTY has no official meaning. Okay, so it is just a name. Now, one more thing is that this is not the only use case for PuTTY. Those who might be aware about networking. So whenever you want to connect to any device, there is a serial connection available for it. Serial connection is the old connection in which this serial cable is there. So even using a PuTTY, we can do that. But for now, what I am going to demonstrate to you is that how do you use PuTTY to remotely access your terminal. Okay, it's the same Linux terminal that you are accessing from your GUI right now. How can we use it using a PuTTY? Now, for this, first thing that you need is to know your IP address. Okay, the first thing is that your machine that you are trying to access must have a proper IP address. So, for example, I have got 192.168.2.232. The second thing is from whichever machine you are trying to take the access. Obviously, this will be a Windows machine, right? You don't need to use PuTTY to take access of a Linux machine from a Linux machine. For that, we have SSH. So here you will try to ping this machine, right? That you are able to ping it. Because if there is no network connectivity, PuTTY session will not be there. So we can see that I am able to ping this Linux machine. And right now, this Windows machine and this Linux machine are on the same physical machine, but it doesn't matter. Your Linux machine can be in the other part of the world. It can be in US also. And you can be sitting in Delhi. It doesn't matter so long as you have the network connectivity there. So you open your PuTTY and you will simply write, there are multiple ways to do it. So simplest way is just write the IP address over here, right? Nothing more needed. Click on open. Okay, accept. Write the username that you want to log in. So I logged in as CentOS, and then give the password of CentOS, whatever you have set, right? The login will happen. Now this is nothing but your Linux terminal only. The only thing is that you have accessed it remotely. Coming back, now there are multiple other things also that you can explore. So one of the most common things that we do is we want that this should be like, this is looking very small, the font size is very less, the back screen is black and white is the front end. So one of the common things that we do is we change some settings of PuTTY. So one of the thing is that you can change the appearance. You can go to appearance and you can actually change the font size of it. So it just makes it more readable, right? The other thing we commonly do it, we change the system and we say that use system colors. So it will now come as a normal notepad for you, right? So it is more visible, it is less tough on eyes and so on. One more thing that we commonly do is we can save these sessions for future. So what I will do is I will go to the settings, I will go to the session part now, right? What I will do is I will write the same thing, 192. You can even give it a name, no problems, right? And you will click on save. So you will find that this session has come over here somewhere. It should come, I don't know. So it has changed. Yeah, this is here, and I will click on apply. So now what should happen is that if I close this now, if I have done this correctly, if I close this now and I close this and I again go to PuTTY, I will find this 2.32 here somewhere. It should be there. I will simply click on load and open. You see, my settings have been now saved. I don't have to repeat the configuration changes every time. Is this clear? Clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is what PuTTY is. I will recommend that you use PuTTY only for working. So it has got some advantages also. Because PuTTY runs on your Windows machine, you will have certain advantages. For example, you can copy paste things easily over here. So for example, if I just open a notepad and say, for example, I'm just giving an example. If I had a command over here, say ls minus ltr documents, for example, this command I had written somewhere, and now I just want to copy it from here. I can just go and copy and paste it over here. For pasting, use right click, and this command will run. So this thing to achieve on the virtual machine is difficult, right? So simply use it, and this is more usable. You can easily scroll. Uh, you can minimize and resize it as you want. So it will be more easy for you to work on this. But even if you want to work on your terminal, it's okay. But you must know PuTTY.